Hey everyone, danheilman here, and this is going to be another Rage of Destiny video. Today, I want to talk about how to create a team, who you should choose, what type of synergy you want. I'll go through my main team, who I chose and why I chose them. I'll go through my free-to-play, my second account team, who I chose and why. So let's begin. Okay, first of all, I just want to talk about the heroes in general. So you have mythic heroes, which have 4 skills. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 skills. Okay, and then you go down here and you have epic heroes. Epic heroes only have 3 skills and can never have 4 skills. And then you have uncommon heroes, or sorry, normal heroes. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is you want to pick a DPS, a carry. So out of all of these heroes here, let me just go through mine. Out of all these heroes, Paulus is your #1 carry in the entire game currently, at least for early, mid game, and maybe even late game. I made a tier list a while ago, a couple days ago. Since then, some things have changed. I said Ban was the best carry in that video. But Ban was heavily nerfed after I made that video. So now I do think Paulus is the best carry. Obviously, there's a lot of heroes in the game that probably haven't been used yet. Since we have the crystal, you can put heroes in there and level them up to the same as the rest of your characters. So feel free to try out different heroes. But I'm just going to talk about some of the ones that I know I personally recommend or other people have recommended. So Paulus, #1 carry in my opinion. Talked about Ban, another solid carry. Maybe better endgame. We'll have to see. Another carry would be Solero. Solero is decent, not a mythic hero, so only has 3 abilities. She does have some regen on her ulti, which is kind of cool. Recover 5% of max HP every 1 second, which is nice. Helps her live a little bit, and it means you can put her in the front line and she won't be as squishy as some of the other ones. This girl right here, Braylon, is a decent carry. Although her ability requires the enemy to be on their side of the battlefield, otherwise it won't deal any damage to them. So if you can ramp her up in stuff like Dragon, where you can get her haste very fast, she's actually amazing because she can one-shot like the whole enemy team once she gets buffed up. But for normal campaign play, I don't know that she is the best choice for a carry. Obviously, it's going to be limited to who you have. So, yeah. Okay, who else is a carry? Monica. This is actually who I used in the beginning because I never pulled a Paulus or a Ban yet. So I used Monica for a while. She's decent. She summons some ads that go and attack stuff. She's an okay carry. I would think less than Paulus or Ban. She might be equal to about what Solero is, this girl right here for a carry. Some other people I've seen do solid damage is this little raccoon. Little Farron here. I have not messed with him, but I have seen enemy Farrons do a lot of damage to my team, so he may be a viable carry. And then I think that's pretty much it. Some people use this as a damage dealer. I don't know if he can be a solo carry by himself. I haven't messed around too much with him, but that may be another option. Okay, so now let's talk about building a team, why I chose the team I use, and how I chose it. So very first, let's talk about, let's just go into the challenge screen, and I'll show you basically what you need to do. So if you click this verse button right here in the center, it shows that you get bonuses depending on the factions you choose. So I would try to get at least 1 or 2 of these bonuses here. I think that's a big help. So this just means deploy 3 heroes from the same faction. 3-2 is the one I used for a long time. It gives you the same bonus as 4. 5 heroes from the same faction, I don't know that that's very useful. It gives you a big bonus, but I don't know of a good team that would use 5 from the same faction. So, okay, so just keep this in mind when you're choosing your team here. So, what I did. So the very first thing is you're going to put your damage dealer in there, right? Your carry. Your carry is going to be in there. Depending on your carry Paulus goes in the front because he's melee. You want him to get out into the battlefield quickly and put his AoE down. So you want him in the front, okay? You got frontline and backline heroes. They get buffed differently with runes during the game. Let me kind of move myself in the middle here. So they get buffed differently. And obviously these guys, you want melee guys or people who can handle getting hit. So I put Paulus, he's my carry. And he's pretty tanky. He can live, he has lifesteal on his attacks, and he's melee. So put him in the front. And then what I do is I am using Sierra right now. So Sierra is a little bit squishy in the beginning. Obviously, I only have one copy of her, and I got it for purchasing. So I've never even pulled a copy of her, so she's pretty rare. Okay, so I use her. She's my healer, and I actually use 2 healers in my comp. And I will kind of show you why. So when she gets higher level, she puts a shield and she heals. So I like her. She's a very strong tank. I have decent gear on her. So that's the only reason she can live as an epic in higher level content. I have some red gear and all gold gear on her. Okay, so then now I want to choose my backline here. These are like my supports or my damage dealers. So I use Yolanda here. That's not her actual name, but I can't get that name out of my head, so I call her Yolanda. And then I use Callie. Callie is a huge buffer. Callie is the only reason I don't get the 3-2 bonus for this, but I feel like she's so strong that I want to use her regardless. So she basically just follows your carry, the person with the biggest attack, and buffs them. She also does some damage. And she gives some life regen, and she does some other things. You can read through her kit, but she's a very good hero as well. This girl also, Yolanda here, she does solid damage, and she has some CC. She does like a knockback when she gets a certain level, and she also buffs as well. And then my final is, what's this girl? Alchemist or something? Anyways, I use her. Lovelace, that's her name. Lovelace. So Lovelace is another healer, and yes, I use 2 healers, and I only technically have 1 tank in my team. But when I'm doing stuff like Dragon, and it's high-level content, I want the 2 healers because this girl usually shields first, and then also has the heal. So she heals, and then any excess healing goes to a shield. So she shields. That makes my team quite tanky. And I want 2 healers because when I'm doing stuff like Dragon or Eternal Battlefield, you're taking damage all the time and you don't really get a chance to heal your team. So I use this team for most of my account progression because it tends to keep everyone topped off, right? So yeah, that's my team comp. That's why I chose it. I began with Paulus. Sometimes I will swap out either Callie or Lovelace for Ban. But lately I haven't really been doing that. So, okay. So that's how I built this team and why I built it. Now, let's talk about my free-to-play. So, free-to-play team. Now I'm on the free-to-play team, and let's talk about the same thing. Who I have. So, I don't have Paulus, right? I don't have Paulus. I don't have... I finally pulled Ban, but right now I'm just using Solero just because I kind of wanted to try her out, see how she is. I did a damage comparison between Solero and Mr. Moonkin here, and Solero was a little bit better. So I've been using her. She's my highest rank, so I'm using her. So let me go to the same thing. Let me just show you the battle screen and show you why I chose the team and all that good stuff. So, okay. So this is one of the teams I was using here because it gives the buff, right? So I have 2 of the tribes and I have 3 of the allied. So that's the 3-2, and it gives me a very solid bonus right here. It gives me 15% attack and 15% HP for everyone. So this is one of the teams I use. I was kind of just messing around with this guy. I haven't used him very much. Another thing you could do is you really don't need tanks, but you do want some melee in the beginning. This guy actually hits really hard. When he gets higher level, he has a whirlwind and he has life leech and some other stuff like that. So I've been messing around with him. And it seems to be working out pretty good right now. But again, I built everything off my carry. So you need your carry. Put your carry in first and then build a team around her. So you probably want 1 carry, sometimes 2. You probably want 1 tank, and you probably want 1 healer, and then the rest are supports. So, This guy right here also has some decent immunity, so you can use him in the front row. You can put this guy right here in the front row because he summons little skeletons that tank for you, and actually gives Gear's defense, so he's decent. I could use this guy in the front. Everyone gets him to start, and he's okay. He has a knock up, which kind of stuns for a little bit, but I probably wouldn't use him for too long. But you could use him because, again, you can see he's an allied hero, and that works very well with this whole team here. So, sorry, not allied, whatever it is. It looks like the Star Wars symbol. Anyways, okay, so that's kind of how I built these teams here. Again, Solero's decent, Monica's decent, Ban's decent, and Paulus. You probably want one of those 4 to use. You could use the Nature Girl as well. I don't have her on this account here, but I already talked about that. Okay, so that's how I built teams, and that's how you arrange them, right? So you want the front row to always be melee or someone who can take hits. Like you could run Solero in the front, and I have run her in the front because it gets her out further into the battlefield, so she doesn't have to like move a lot, and she can just throw her spears. She just repeatedly throws spears for like the whole fight, and she has that health regen to keep her alive. So she is viable in the front row, but you could also put her in the back row. So if you're only using one tank, you know, you can do something like this. So I could run this team here. Oops. I could run this team here, or I could run this team here. And both would work very well, right? So you can kind of just pick, or you could do Cethia. Do I not have her? I gotta have her. She's like super common. I don't have her. I don't have her? You could run to Cethia. She's good CC as well in the back row. She freezes everyone. So, okay. That's team synergy and how to build a team. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to make another video right after this one going through some Dragon and Polish Spotlight, so stay tuned for that one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go down there, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and have a great day, everyone. See you guys.